What's going on YouTube? This your boy Travis at L.O.B. Kills. Hey, we're going to do a real quick, short video. And the reason for this video is Mr. Lee Carter. Mr. Lee Carter asked me a question, and I want to address that question and give you the answer. So first of all, Mr. Lee Carter, you asked the bloodline. Bloodline is not an issue. They got Grand Champion George Hamilton as their grandfather. They got champion stacks in their ped. Lucky Luciano, Louis V in their ped. They got some great blood in their ped, right? So that gives you the answer to your pedigree. But before we go any further, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, most definitely hit that bell notification button so you know the next time we drop a video. Mr. Lee, you said that they are slim. They are. I'll tell you the reason why. I'm not completely new to this, but I am new to this, right? I made a mistake, so I am correcting the mistake now. We feed them 2-3 times a day to make sure that we get their weight back up and get them looking a little bit more bulkier. So with that being said, how did I mess up? So deworming is very important. Deworming is very important. Most of the little stuff like deworming shots and things of that nature, if you're just starting out, you've never had a litter, you haven't made no money, I mean, it's best that you do it on your own to save a little money. And any way you can save money in this bullet game, you want to do it. But you can't be cheap on every single thing, right? Certain things you gotta pay to play. It's just that on that. But deworming and shots you can do yourself, right? And you can save a little money. So I deworm at about 3 to 4 weeks old, 6, 8, 10, and 12 weeks old. And the reason why not 2 weeks old, because on my previous litter of French Bulldogs, when I had Sasha, I dewormed those puppies at 2 weeks old. Liquid got stuck on one of their lungs, and then that puppy ended up passing. So I no longer deworm at 2 weeks old. All right. So how did I mess up? So I'm gonna show y'all. This dewormer right here. I'm gonna pull it up close so y'all can see it. This dewormer right here, I've been using for the last 2 to 3 years. This is what I buy. This is what I've been using. Right. I used this on L.O.B's last litter, which Scarlet I still own, is in great condition, great health. I used this on Scarlet, the Scarlet litter with L.O.B's, right? I had no problems. Well, I was using the same dewormer on these puppies in this cage right here. They're the ones that Mr. Lee asked about. Didn't have no problems up until about 3 weeks ago. A friend reached out to me, we on FaceTime, and she said, hey, something don't look right. Those puppies should be bigger. I'm like, yeah, I see that. I've been feeding them 2-3 times a day, but you know, this is where we are. She said, when the last time you dewormed? I said, about 2 weeks ago with this dewormer. She said, yeah, they may have worms, tapeworms. I said, I doubt it, but we can see. So she said, do you have any other dewormer? I said, yeah, I do. So she said, use the other dewormer and see if any worms come out. So that's what I did. I used this dewormer that I've been had for a while. Still good until next year. I'll get it up closer. Let me get it in focus so y'all can see a little bit better. So I used this dewormer, right? And when I used this dewormer, all tapeworms came out of it. Tapeworms. Now, this is a highly recommended dewormer. Highly recommended. Every breeder I know to use it, mostly use this. Every breeder I know use this. But I think it's different brands to it. But what this one does not do, it does not kill tapeworms. And that was my fault. It kills just pinworms. You know, it's. I'm reading the back of it now as I speak. It says, if any symptoms or pinworms are still present after treatment, consult with your physician. So it didn't get the pinworms and the tapeworms out. Now, do I still use this? Yes, I still do. But I think now if I use this, you have to follow up something that kills pinworms and tapeworms, which is this. Now, there's other dewormers out here, but this is what I have, right? So, Mr. Lee Carter, that's the reason why they're a little small. They're getting their weight back. And they look small in the video, but I promise you, they're pretty heavy, except one or two of them. They're getting their weight back. So that was my mess up. That was my mistake. I like I said, this is a dewormer that's highly recommended, and this dewormer I've been had that I was told to get a while back. I bought this like in 2021, I want to say, and I used so. Once I found out that this wasn't working, I used this. And I'm going to keep it 100. I had 2 pups completely fading before I ended up using this. 2 puppies that were completely fading. Bruce Jr. wasn't fading. Bruce Jr. had literally shrunk down to bones. Like, you could see his rib cages, and you would think I wasn't taking care of him. You'd think I wasn't feeding him. But now he's getting his weight back. And that's because he had pinworms and tapeworms, and this did not do the trick, right? So I made an honest mistake, not knowing. I was told this was great. I listened, I read, but I didn't read good enough. That's why they say reading is fundamental. Now, if I'm going to use this from now on, I'm also going to use something else to complement it, because it doesn't seem like this has all the ingredients to get the tapeworms and the pinworms out, but this do. So you guys, it's a learning lesson. We deworming tonight. All, what is it, 7, 8 pups tonight? I can't keep count. We're going to deworm all the pups tonight, which is time, and we're going to go forward. So, but the pups are in great health. They're growing. Everybody about to eat real soon. I'm about to feed. It's 10 o'clock at night. Just got home. We finna feed them. Gonna deworm everybody. Feed everybody. Sorry. Deworm everybody, feed everybody, and we're gonna get ready for bed. Alright, so y'all, that's the best way I can put it. We live and we learn, guys. We live and we learn, but reading is fundamental though, because I've been using this for the last two years. And when I say Scarlett, Gracie at the time, and McNugget at the time, they were doing great on this. They no worms, no nothing. And I'm sitting there looking at their poop. You know, even with this, when I was notified that this wasn't working, there was no worms coming out. So it's a lesson learned, y'all. So if you have this deworm at home, I suggest you go get another dewormer, read the back, make sure it says tapeworms and pinworms. If you need hot worms, take your dogs to the vet, or you can buy the Right Guard, Safeguard, and they're like $30, $40 a pill, depending on what you buy. And that's how that works, man. That's the best way I can put it, guys. Mr. Lee Carter, I hope that answers your questions. But you guys, these pups are in great health. Feel free to contact me at any time. Somebody just called, but I guess it's a kid and he gotta get, permission from his parents. Feel free to call, text, do whatever you gotta do. These puppies are available. They are, I want to say about 15 to 16 weeks old. They should be right at 4 months. We are starting to potty train, getting them to go potty outside. We're working on that, and we're trying to change out, get this big cage out of here and get everybody an individual cage so they can be crate trained as well. So I'm looking for some crates. We need 6 of them. Well, really, I'm gonna need 7 or 8 of them, so we can crate train everybody. So I'm trying to find those as well. But you guys, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Be ready for more great videos. This is a learning lesson for anybody that's starting to breed, and this is also a learning lesson for me. Something I've been using forever, didn't get the job done, so I had to add something to get the job done. So we will be giving. So I'm gonna just break it down to y'all. Everybody gonna get a half a miller of this and a half of this. 1 half and 1 half. A half and half make 1 millimeter to knock everybody. And that's going to break down any worms, tapeworms, pinworms, or whatever kind of worms they have. It's going to break it down out of them. You know what I mean? If you're feeding raw, you need to be doing this twice a week, which I'm feeding raw, so twice a week. And get those worms up out of your dogs. If you're not feeding raw, you can typically get away with once a month, right? Like, I mean, you make the judgment call. And that's another thing. You should pay attention to your dog fecal matter. Don't just pick it up. Don't just throw it in the woods. Don't just throw it in the trash. Look at it. I know sometimes it can be disgusting, but look at it and see if they have worms. I'm always looking at that as well. So you guys, I'm going to get out of here. It's late. We got to feed everybody, and then we're going to get to bed. So you guys, this is Travis L.O.B. Kennels. Supposed to have been a little short video, but I just wanted to break that down, make sure everybody understand. I'm just going to post this video, no edits, no ads, no none of that. Make sure you got the right dewormer. Make sure you deworm them correct. If you read the back of the bottle, this bottle it says 3, 4, 6, 8, 10 weeks of age. And this bottle it says this bottle it don't say it at all. So just be sure to check with your local vet and do the right thing, y'all. Take care of your dogs. It's Travis L.O.B. Kennels. We out. Peace.